The ASEAN Enabling Master Plan is the culmination of a collaborative and inter-pillar process between a number of ASEAN stakeholders with a view to realizing and enhancing the rights of persons with disabilities in the ASEAN community. Originally, it was conceived as part of the programmatic plan of the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights, or AICHR, to mainstream the rights of persons with disabilities across the landscape of ASEAN, comprising three communities, from political community to economic community and socio-cultural community. When we planned the master plan, we came up with the idea of creating a regional platform which transpired in the form of a regional dialogue that brought together relevant stakeholders focusing on specific themes each year. And in 2018, we just conducted the fourth dialogue, which focused on access to justice, for example. Back in 2015, when we organized the first regional dialogue, we realized and recognized the importance of creating a regional instrument to mainstream the rights of persons with disabilities, bearing in mind, of course, that ASEAN already have the Bali Declaration, which didn't get implemented properly. So we would like to have a kind of referent document which transpired to be ASEAN Enabling Master Plan now. The plan put forward and ascribed action points on each of the three community pillars. We anchor ourselves on the ASEAN Vision 2025, which explains why these two documents share the same designation of the year 2025. However, the ASEAN Enabling Master Plan is also aligned with additional instruments on disability rights. We recognize, of course, that disability rights are human rights. So this Enabling Master Plan is aligned substantively with the likes of Incheon Strategy, the Sustainable Development Goals, and most importantly, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. What we would like to see now, once the ASEAN leaders adopted this document on the 15th of November last year at the 33rd Summit in Singapore, is to see it get implemented holistically, systematically, and comprehensively. So we would like to see the stronger partnership, coalition of alliances between different stakeholders at the ASEAN and national level, to see how you can bring inclusivity and create inclusiveness for persons with disabilities from all over ASEAN community. The motto of ASEAN is people-centered community. We could not be people-centered community without providing inclusion to persons with disabilities in the ASEAN community. Of course, the next step, once we have this master plan, is to build coalition, to synergize, to motivate proper implementation. In the master plan, we entrust the implementation with the ASEAN Secretariat. The ASEAN Secretariat will compile the implementation and submit the report of implementation to the JCM, the Joint Consultative Meeting, that report directly to the ASEAN Summit. This is unprecedented because no other ASEAN document has this kind of implementation on monitoring procedure. So the ASEAN Enabling Master Plan in this year, 2019, you will see at the end of this year, at the last summit under Thai chairmanship, the report submitted by the JCM to the summit of how relevant ASEAN stakeholders, the sectoral bodies who are mandated to implement the master plan, submit their progress report from the three community pillars.